Again, we're back, and we're now going to be entering the next segment of today's program, which is glimpses of the glorious past on this day, 26th June. During the presidential address to Nithyananda Satsang, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, reveals about the sacred secrets about Ayurveda and Siddha medicine and the demystifying the concept of pain.
Today's subject, perfect health. First, I'll say a few words. The revelation I had about pain, then I'll give you some of my understandings about cleansing process as per the Ayurveda and Siddha traditions. In India, there were two great medicinal traditions evolved. In the Ganges civilization, Ayurveda, in Kaveri civilization, Siddha. First, I'll reveal some of the important truths about the pain. Please understand, there is no such thing as unbearable pain. First, you need to understand, your personality is like a two-color clothes are stitched. Consciousness and body. For example, I'll give the color maroon for consciousness, white for body. The maroon cloth and the white cloth is joined and stitched. That is what is your personality. Pain is nothing but one stitch, thread breaking. Please understand, the maximum pain you can go through in your life is nothing but one stitch breaking. When consciousness and body get stitched, that is the maximum pain. See, actually when you connect two objects which can't be connected, naturally both goes through a tremendous pain. It's a literal stitching. I can say that consciousness and my body is stitched everywhere, every inch. But only one stitch where the two bones are there, only that place, that stitch has been broken. How can that broken one stitch can cause more pain than all these stitches? Understand? Connecting and living with the body is more painful than any pain you can go through in the body. Any pain which can be caused in the body is nothing but one stitch breaking. What happened actually? One stitch where my consciousness and the bone was connected, at that place that stitch got disconnected. That's all. That cannot cause more pain than a million stitches I am having. See, all of us are having 1 million stitches. I'm just giving an example, at least 1 million. With consciousness and body, 1 million stitches. In that 1 million stitch, at the most, when you are in the body, 3-4 stitches can be broken. So there is no such thing as unbearable pain. It is just a word. I was looking into my own hands. Actually, yesterday I went and doctors removed all the bandage. They said that they were surprised the way it is getting healed. And they said that within 1 week they'll remove the stitches also. I'm able to do all my movements completely. The hand is back to bless people. And yesterday when they opened, and it's just nothing ordinary plaster they put. Plaster means just a sticker, nothing more. Just so that the water and dust will not settle on the wound. That's all. Other than that, they removed everything. They said next week they will remove the stitches also. So when they removed, I was just looking deeply into it. I wanted to know what is exactly going on inside. That one stitch which got broken during the fracture is getting restrung, restitched. That is what is actually happening. But we human beings do not have passions to look into it. When you have passions to look into it, you will understand that one stitch which is happening, like that all over your body, millions of stitches are already there. You forgot you are nothing but millions of stitches between consciousness and matter. That is why one stitch broken in the matter has matters so much to you. If you understand, you are nothing but a consciousness and matter stitched in millions of places. Even if one stitch is broken, you will understand, hey, how can this be unbearable pain? Please understand. Millions of people suffer with the word unbearable pain. I have seen, because I am handling every day thousands of people coming with pain, idea of pain. I can tell you from my experience now. What was going on in me, 1/10 of that experience, even if that happens in people, they start rolling on the ground. Oh, unbearable pain, I can't do this, I can't do that. Oh, I am dying, I am being this. No, I don't want to tease when people are in pain. But I want to make fun of people who are in suffering, who create suffering. I saw very clearly in that one place where the fracture has happened, in that place, the consciousness and the body got disconnected. That's all. So now that reconnection is happening. That restitching is happening. That's only one stitch. There are millions of stitches all over the body. Then, can there be any more pain than assuming and living in the body? No. Living in the body is the most excruciating pain. Any pain you go through in the body is only 1/1,000,000th of the original pain. I do not know whether I conveyed it exactly as the revelation happened in me. Your body is like imagine your body as a cloth tie stitched with kavi and white cloth. Kavi is the maroon and white cloth. Maroon is the consciousness and white is your body, matter. There are millions of stitches with which both are attached and your body is functioning. Any fracture you go through is only one stitch breaking, that's all. Only one stitch broke, that's all, nothing else. If you understand your consciousness and body is put on it and millions of stitches are made, one stitch breaking will not be a pain. It will not be a pain. It is not that I am insensitive to what is happening. Please understand, I am not insensitive to what is happening. I am not naming it wrongly. Actually, whole night I am not sleeping. But don't think I am having pain and rolling on the bed, that is why I am not sleeping. No. I am just relaxing in samadhi and seeing the whole process happening. From this point to this point, full speed, they are getting back to their original state. I can see, now I can heal thousands of people very fast because so much of healing energy is radiating through this hand now. For this hand to get healed, tremendous pressure of healing energy is working, expressing. So I decided from today I'll start the Sarvadarshan. Because I am seeing very clearly through this hand the intense energy flowing. To heal this hand, it is flowing. Naturally, that will heal any number of people. I was just seeing, a normal man will name the same action as an intense burning, excruciating pain. All I am doing is I am not naming it. I am just enjoying it. Come on, it's our body. Let's be friendly. Do what needs to be done. That's it. I can tell you, friendliness with the body can teach thousands of things. When you have burning all over the body, sit with it deeply. What is exactly happening in me? I saw very clearly in the initial level, as if this end to this end, the process was going on. And I looked in, narrowed down, it got zeroed in. Just on one point where that fracture is getting mended, where the fracture is healing. I could see very clearly where the fracture is healing, that in that spot, that process is happening. I thought, oh God, that's all. Nothing else. There is no such thing as excruciating pain. Another one thing, your body has an intelligence of automatic anesthetic quality. I saw very clearly, it automatically makes all other parts unaware. It has its own inbuilt system of anesthesia. Shows very clearly, life is compassionate to you and your individual personal experience. Meditate how your whole body is stitched with consciousness I can tell you, thousands of pains, unnecessary sufferings you go through can be drastically healed and reduced, cleared, meditating on all the points where your body is stitched with consciousness, awakening those points is what I call Kundalini awakening. Then you will realize when you are embodied, that is the most crucial, excruciating pain. Then any other fracture can happen. Any disturbance can happen to your body. Meditate on how many parts of your body is stitched with consciousness. I can tell you millions of points. Your body and consciousness is stitched internally and externally, layer by layer by layer. Contemplate on that. Meditate on that.
Here we have glimpses of the presidential address on 26th of June 2012. And here in this satsang, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expands on the science of the Nirahara Samyama. He explains how we build up hundreds of patterns and unnecessary sentiments related to food. We relate with food, associate with it prestige, and carry deep fear planted in us from society, fear of starvation and death. Maybe we can remember when our father instilled in us to eat everything on our plates. Our grandma, out of her expression of love, continued piling more food on the plate. Many of us would have heard at some point, how will you make money to buy food? The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism offers us a way to free us from these patterns through the beautiful Nirahara Samyama. He is making the science available to all of us, unlocking the bio-memory each of us carry to live from the air and sun.
इस समय हमारे साथ उपस्थित सभी दर्शकों और भक्तों का मैं प्रेम एवं आशीर्वाद सहित स्वागत करता हूं. Before entering into the satsang, Nitya satsang, today I wanted to say a few words about Nirahara Samyama. Please understand, come to the space of listening. You have something called muscle memory, means your basic habits, way you respond, way you like things, way you hate things, way you are addicted to it, or way you are allergic to it. All these, please listen. There are some things you are addicted to, there are some things you are allergic to, some things you like, some things you hate. All the memories you need to live this life stays with your muscle memory. It stays in your muscles. That is why if you touch the live wire, electricity, even by mistake, automatically your body jumps out. Medically, you call it instinct or whatever names you may give. That component which has the basic survival instinct and all the basic knowledge you need to run this life is muscle memory. it stays in your muscle memory. The language you learned and the way you respond to situation. Some people can tolerate anything but can't tolerate if their ego is hurt. They will tolerate anything, but they can't tolerate if their ego is hurt. Same way, there are some people, they will not bother about their ego. They can tolerate even if their ego is hurt, but physical pain they can't handle. All these patterns are in your muscle memory. All these patterns are in your muscle memory. Listen. But there are higher intelligences which you learned in your past lives. Ability to fly like a bird, ability to swim like a fish, ability to live underwater, ability to produce food directly from the air and the sun rays. Please understand, I am talking, knowing I am talking in a national TV. I am talking responsibly. I am not promoting any superstition. All these powers are in your biomemory. Ability to fly like a bird, ability to swim like a fish, ability to live under the water like a tortoise or crocodile, ability to produce food directly from air and sun rays, just like trees. All these abilities are there in your biomemory. Then you may ask, do you mean to say we can fly? Naturally, I'm going to say yes. With the right technique and process, if you awaken those biomemories, you can do. But as on now, I have not successfully proved any technique or process which can make anybody fly. So once I establish, I'll teach the science till now, but I'm able to comfortably, very successfully make at least few hundred people live without solid food. Some people even without anything other than water, just on water and air. By the divine grace, I received the techniques and process to activate your Kundalini to such level, Kundalini energy to such level where people can comfortably, without disease, that's the main thing, without tiredness, without fatigue, comfortably able to live quite a long time. I have Niraharis who are successfully living that as a lifestyle for more than 10 months. They're going to be completing a year, 1 year. Many of them have taken up this lifestyle. Many people in my ashram do off and on, doing Nirahara. Understand? That is why I am sharing this process, this technique with you. I tell you, it's a successful process. It's a successful technique. Your biomemory, which carries the intelligence to produce the food directly from the space, from sun rays and air, is possible. The next question comes, why I should do this? I am not that poor that I don't have food. Why I should do that? I am rich enough to eat. India is suffering with the swing of pendulum. Please listen. When a society or civilization suffers with utter poverty, they don't have money even for food. If they have suffered, the moment they get the money, first thing they will do is eat till they become obese. Means by eating they will die. Because their pattern is the fear, without food I am going to die. That pattern will leave so much of incompletion. Just by eating they will die. I tell you, the whole India, especially the middle age and younger generation. When I say younger, I'm telling my age. Okay. See, the 30 to 50, that group remembers their young age. All Indians, if you are between 30 to 50, you remember either your parents or when you are born, that time we suffered even for food. How many of you remember? Raise your hand. How many of you say your family had suffering even for food? That's at some time. I will raise the hand. India, now only India is moving from that zone to the money is available for food, that zone. That is why we are suffering and we are going to suffer with obesity. I tell you, one of the worst predictions which is going to become true for India, I am making is India is going to suffer terribly by obesity, just like USA. Maybe little worse than USA. Because our food was designed for hard work. Now we are going to eat and not going to work. Our food is designed for hard work, rice, wheat. All these are designed for hard work. We are going to eat, but we are not going to work out. That is the biggest danger. And one more worst thing, we are not health conscious. In India, including body, everything only breakdown maintenance. After it breaks down, we will plan for maintenance. There is no preventive maintenance. In mechanical engineering, these terms come. Preventive maintenance and something called, I think, running maintenance and breakdown maintenance. In India, everything, whether it's a road or a bridge or a vehicle or a machinery or a body, Indian psyche is like that only. As long as it runs, run. When it breaks, then we will see. When it breaks, let us see. I know one Swami who used to be 130 kg. I used to tell him, Swamiji, you should do something, go for a walk. He used to tell, what is there? It's okay. I used to tell Swamiji, it will lead to unnecessary heart problems. He was already having diabetes. He used to say, no. If something happens, then we will see. But unfortunately, he had a sudden heart attack and died just at the age of 60. 60 is not the age to die. He died. Wall Street Journal also says, obesity is seen as India's economy grows. We are going to suffer obesity. Listen, because we saw money just now and we suffered lack of food, the fear of poverty, fear of no food for quite a long time. The stories of fear of no food, quite a long time. Obesity is going to be epidemic in India, I tell you. Obesity is going to be epidemic. We may think, no, I have money. Why should I do this? Why should I not eat? Listen, food is not just related to your body. Along with food, you built hundreds and hundreds of patterns. Love is associated with food. That is why every social function in India, social gathering in India, first thing, food is sharing the food. And sumptuously, varieties. I just get frightened about the feasts. No, really. When people call me for feasts, I shiver literally. Oh God, one more person is going to torture me. No, really. The pattern of food. Food is unfortunately associated with love. And it is so unfortunate. Feeding is shown as a symbol of love. Because in India, in those days, that was a very rare, food was a rare commodity. When I say those days, I mean the period of Mughal and British ruling, not before that. When we were ruling, we know. When Vedic rishis were ruling, Vedic tradition was ruling, we know. Annam Bahuguru Veda. We know how to create food and share food and how to remain niraharis. Food is associated with love. There is so much of sentiments associated unnecessarily with food. When you become nirahari and break the pattern of food, first thing happens to you is you break all those patterns which tortures you. Society controls you with food. See, when you are young, if you don't want to listen to the ways of the society, first thing, what parents will tell, what family will tell, how will you eat? If you don't work, if you don't listen to the society, you won't have food. Because everyone wants to throw everything of the society and go away to forest and live on their own. But first question, where is the food? All right, because of the fear of food, once you start saying, okay, then over. You are bulldozed and road is made on you. They lay the road. Food is such a sensitive component of human life. It is considered as the symbol of prestige, symbol of love. There are multiple things associated with food. I tell you, we eat everything other than food when we eat. Because there are so many other things associated with food, only that goes inside. The way we cook, when the prestige is associated with it, all high rich items, which brings you the rich man's diseases. Diabetes, sugar. And same way, when it is associated with the love, then naturally the person has to feed you large quantity. Only then You will be made to understand he loves you so much. Now, whenever I go to any feast, one, I am afraid of the amount of the food they serve me and the varieties. Two, I'm more afraid of the way they serve me and their expectation of how I should finish everything served. Especially most of the devotees have the habit of literally living with me in their house. They have either my photo or the deity in front of which they put varieties and varieties. That's always a safe method. You put it in front of my deity and you eat. I have no problem. But when they expect this physical body to eat the whole thing, God. I tell you, almost 4 years, 4 years in my 10 years of public life, 4 full years, I was tortured by the feasts. Only one fine morning, when doctors warned me, I put my foot down and said, no more going to devotees' houses. No question of eating anything devotees bring. Even after I stopped going to devotees' houses, they will bring it from all the way, and in the Sarvadarshan they will stand. Swamiji, I myself made, eat little. And that will be 20 bucks per day. Even if I taste all the 20 bucks, what will happen to my body? Oh, it's big. Only then I put my foot down very clearly. Anything devotees want to give, please send it to the temple. Anandishwara will not have any problem. 48% of the Indian population is overweight, and in that 48%, majority, I can say almost nobody does any exercise. 34% of them live a sedentary lifestyle. 51% of the population is physically unfit and suffer from various diseases related to food. Diseases which caused by food. 33% of the Indians need to consume medicines daily. 26% of the people are hypertensed and having blood pressure. 30% of the people have bad teeth. 17% has diabetes. Sorry, 17% suffers with acute diabetes. 31% suffers related to disorders of digestion of food. God. Food is associated so much with love, other emotions. If somebody snatches your plate, that's it. Your Kundalini will go in wrong direction. It will go down instead of going up. Now, how you behave, you don't just eat food, you eat so many things associated with food by society. Prestige, love, because of prestige, good quality. When I say good quality, I don't mean healthy. What you think as costly food. Many times, because you pay more money, don't think you get quality product. Unfortunately, in human mind, cost is associated with quality. They think if you pay more money, it's a good food. No. Junk also is sold for high price because of the publicity, advertisement costs. What you think as good food, but not a healthy food. When you make the pattern of eating that, because food is associated with prestige, then because it is associated with the love, you eat large quantity. Neither your wife who serves you or the mother who serves you reminds you, no, enough, stop. No, 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 no. It is love. Please, oh my son, eat little more. Oh my daughter, eat little more. Oh my dear, please eat little more. I tell you, the wife who does not stop husband's eating is killing the husband. Maybe she has a purpose. No, the mother who does not stop the son eating has a purpose. And in Indian society, it is also inauspicious if you tell somebody enough, don't add more. Best way of taking revenge on somebody is dump the food. And also there's a habit, food is God, so you cannot waste it. If you waste outside, only food will be wasted. If you waste, put it inside, food and the system both will be wasted. If food is God, your body is also God. What about that? So that is why you think, let God be with God. Too many things are associated with food. Food has become too loaded idea in India. Food is not just left to be a food. And many times, see, all our pleasures are just to prove our powerfulness. When you give 50 items and serve, it's like you show, see how big guy I am. What I can do? Do you see? When you do nirahara samyama, the right kriya and process and awaken your bio memories capability to produce the food directly from air and space, first thing will happen. All the psychological patterns you carry, mental patterns you carry, sufferings related to food will break. That's the first thing. First thing, break patterns related to food. आप में मसल मेमोरी नाम की एक महत्वपूर्ण चीज है. आपको कुछ चीजें पसंद है, कुछ आपको अच्छी नहीं लगते हैं. ये स्मृतियां सभी आपके में मांसपेश में बसे हुए हैं. इस जीवन को जीने के लिए जो भी आवश्यक है, आप हर स्थिति के प्रति कैसी प्रतिक्रिया व्यक्त करते हैं, ये सभी मूल विचारधारा आपके मसल मेमोरी में है. किंतु अपने पिछले जन्मों से आपने उच्च शक्तियां भी हैं, जैसे उद्यान बारने की शक्ति, आकाश से जीव ऊर्जा उत्पन्न करने की शक्ति. सही टेक्निक से जब ये शक्तियां जागृत किए जा सकते हैं, ऐसी एक शक्ति है, बिना काके भी आकाश से ऊर्जा उत्पन्न करने की शक्ति. इसी शक्ति को जागृत करने की टेक्निक ही निराहार संयमा है. फिर प्रश्न ये उठता है कि इसकी क्या आवश्यकता है. खाना केवल आपके शरीर से संबंधित नहीं है, खाना के साथ कई मूल विचारधारा संबंधित है. इसीलिए हर त्योहार, हर दावत में पहले बहुत खाना परोसा जाता है. ये दुर्भाग्य की बात है कि खाना बांटना प्रेम का प्रतीक है, गौरव का प्रतीक है. आप केवल खाना नहीं खाते हैं, उसके साथ आपके विचार में संबंधित प्रेम, गौरव सभी को आप खाते हैं. जब आप निराहारी बनते हैं, पहले आप उन सभी मूल विचारधाराओं से पूर्णत्व करते हैं। ध्यान से सुनिए, पंछी की तरह उड़ने की क्षमता मछली की तरह, तैरने की क्षमता मगरमच्छ या कछुआ की तरह, पानी के अंदर रहने की क्षमता, भोजन को सीधे वायु और सूरज से उत्पन्न करने की क्षमता, ये सब कुछ आपके अंतर उपस्थित है। इसी क्षमता और शक्ति को बायो मेमोरी कहते हैं। निराहार संयम से या बायो मेमोरी को जागृत किया जा सकता है। अंडरस्टैंड, with this nirahara samyama kriya, first thing, you will break all the psychological patterns related to food. You will complete all the incompletions related to food. Because society started controlling you in the young age based on food. How many of you remember? It is based on food. You are forced to go to school, go to job, do many things which you don't want to do. Raise your hand, let me see. Yes, even I can raise. With that pattern only, my parents used to always try to keep me in the house, because I want to run away at the age of 12 itself. And I did. When I was 12, I ran away. Just few months before I met the person who brought me back. I ran away to a place called Vadalur in Tamil Nadu. There is a great saint, Vallalar. Because the family always used to talk about food. If you run away, if you become sannyasi, what will happen to food? What will happen to food? I know one place in Tamil Nadu where they give food every day without missing. That's Vallalar's place. I heard about their Annadana. I thought then I won't have a problem about food. I'll go and stay there and do my spiritual practices. I ran away. Finally, even then where I ran away? I ran away to a place where I am given food regularly. So understand, even when you refuse to go to school, they tell you, if you do not go to school and study, you will not have job, you will not have food, you will have to beg for food, you will die without food. So you have to study, settle down in a job to earn and eat. To settle down with the ways of the society, the first thing fear created in us is food. Once you bend for that first weapon of the society, uses to term you over, then all the other weapons are thrown on you. And the first weapon society uses to control you is food. Understand, because of this reason, every one of you will be carrying some or other incompletions with food. You need to complete that. You need to complete that. Nirahara Samyama is the spare space for completing all your patterns with food and awakening the extraordinary biomemory ability to produce food directly from space and ether and air. ध्यान से सुनिए, आपको अपने नियंत्रण में रखने के लिए जो सबसे पहला शस्त्र समाज उपयोग करता है वह है काना। वह है काना। आपको अपने नियंत्रण में रखने के लिए जो सबसे पहला शस्त्र समाज उपयोग करता है वह है काना। It is food. It is food which is the first and foremost, pattern and incompletions you will be suffering with. So, for Nirahara Samyama, first thing you should start doing, all the food related incompletions you carry in your life, complete with them. Complete with Annapurani. Understand? Complete with Annapurani. Complete with all the patterns created based on food. And do this Kriya, Nirahara Samyama Kriya. Naturally, the Nirahara Samyama Kriya will awaken your biomemory to produce the food directly from space. I do it very systematically, scientifically proved, valid method, step by step. First, only the solid food is removed from your life. You are brought to liquid diet. Then slowly, the liquid is reduced. Continuously you are medically observed. Only then, after a thorough medical observation, maybe after 6 months, you are allowed to live as Nirahari. You are initiated into Nirahara. So it's a 4-level process. First level, 2 days, just 48 hours you try. Second level, 7 days you try. That 7 days level only, all the food related patterns will come up. Irritation, agitation, feeling poor. I can't even eat or what. Then why should I work so much? I went to the Swami, he made me not even eat. Hatred related to food, everything will come out. If you can continue to complete with all that and stay in your decision to awaken your biomemory. Third phase is 11 days. You will almost cross psychological components and incompletions related to food. Psychological patterns and incompletions related to food. Then, Samyama, the 4th level, your biomemory will be awakened to be without food. Your biomemory will be initiated by proper kriyas to directly assume, directly create energy from water and sun, space, nature. Then you will be able to live this lifestyle. From July 1st through Sadhana TV and Lotus TV, I'll be teaching the science of Nirahara Samyama and the Kriya. I've developed a special Kriya for Nirahara Samyama, which you can be doing. खाना सबसे मौलिक विचार धारा है जिससे आप अधूरापन और अपूर्णत्व को अनुभव करते हैं. यह निराहार संयम क्रिया के द्वारा खाने के साथ पूर्णत्व स्थिति को लाइए. अपना आप अपने घर में रह के केवल साधना टीवी के द्वारा उपस्थित मेरे हर दिन का नित्य सत्संग को सुन के इस क्रिया में भाग ले सकते हैं. हमारे अगले निराहार संयम क्रिया जुलाई 1 तारीख को आरंभ हो रहा है. निराहार संयम आपके खाने से संबंधित सभी अपूर्णताओं को पूर्ण करने की शक्तिशाली टेक्निक है और निराहार संयम आप में असाधारण शक्तियों को भी जागृत करता है। अन्नपूर्णी के साथ पूर्णत्व कीजिए, खाने पर आधारित सभी अपूर्णताओं से अपूर्णत्व कीजिए। अन्नपूर्णी के साथ पूर्णत्व कीजिए, खाने पर आधारित सभी अपूर्णताओं से पूर्णत्व कीजिए। ध्यान से सुनिए। It is intelligence in your system, intelligence in your biomemory. It is your birthright. That's all I can say about Nirahara Samyama, the essence of today's satsang. Nirahara state is your birthright. Food is not your birthright. Now I am seeing government passing a law, right of food bill. I tell you, right to be a Nirahari is your birthright, not just food. The science of Nirahara should be taught to every one of you guys. निराहार संयम में पहले केवल आप द्रव पदार्थों का सेवन करते हैं। पहले केवल 2 दिन निराहार संयम का अभ्यास किया जाता है, फिर 7 दिनों का अभ्यास किया जाता है। इसी समय आप में विरोध भावना जागेंगे। इसके बाद 11 दिन का अभ्यास होता है। इसमें आप सभी मनोवैज्ञानिक अपूर्णताओं को पूर्ण कर सकते हैं। चौथा स्तर है दी संयमा, जिसके द्वारा आप में जीवन भर निराहारी बनने की शक्ति जागृत हो सकती है। I have done enough of medical research and documentation on the science I am talking. Nirahara Samyama, even people with so many diseases got healed completely. Anemic people get healed by not eating. Can you imagine? Gastric trouble gets healed by not eating. Stomach ulcer gets healed by not eating. Of course, obesity getting healed is usual. Many things which you think will be aggravated by not eating as per the allopathy completely gets healed by this Nirahara Samyama, because it is done with a proper Kriya and right context, right understanding. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share, and explode in eternal.
In the year 2014, on this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continued the Digvijaya in the Tondemandala Adinam, Tondemandala Kingdom, and consecrated places of Leela Kshetras. Following this event, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism addressed the Tondemandala Samarajya Mantri Sabha Samalanam, congregation of the Council of Ministers of Tondemandala Kingdom, on the strategy to revival of Shaivism by establishing more Kailasas in the Tondemandala Samarajya. Here we have glimpses from 2015 of this day. And here in this short but sweet satsang, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism invites all of us to enjoy his breathing space.
Nithyanandeshwara Sada Shiva Samarambam Nithyanandeshwari Adi Shakti Madhyamam Asmadacharya Varyantam Vande Guru Parampara. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the Sarvanyapita Yajamans, Nitya Satsangis, Shri Mahans, Mahans, everyone with my love and respects. Actually, my system is completely getting ready for the initiation from July 1st. Usually when the system is getting ready for initiation, it goes through its own rhythm. Means it sits up when it wants, it walks when it wants, and lies down when it wants, and it eats when it wants. Usually 2.5 days it takes whenever this next level preparation happens. So I saw from yesterday it started. After I announced, it started. So one thing I can be sure, it will be a big blast. It will be almost like Sadashivoham free. So don't miss this 9-day Shaktipada, the program. You would have seen now in the Nithyananda Times, one of our Adinavasi rolling the coconut on the floor. So actually that is when the power starts. Then cracking, then healing. The Shaktipada program, whoever is coming, I'll make sure at least 3 powers you manifest very solid. So actually purpose of power manifestation is to make you more and more integrated to the life. I really did not think even half an hour before that I will be able to come and sit here for the satsang. Rudrabhishekam was too beautiful. And these fellows have showed in drone. It was such an ecstatic scene. So body automatically fell into samadhi and it was preparing. And you guys are going to have 21 initiation in that 7 days. July 1st to 7th. July 1st to 7th, 21 initiations. And this batch Inner Awakening participants are very fortunate. You guys are going to have 21 initiation in that 7 days. Body is ready for the 21 initiations. That 7 days. And the Shaktipada program is really going to be amazing, extraordinary. I have some special gifts also for you guys. Unique spiritual alchemy products getting ready. And if you are an Inner Awakening grad, don't miss. be here. Actually, today I didn't think I'll be able to come and sit for the satsang. It's only the usual power of integrity automatically brought my body and put me on the throne seat. I said, all right, anyhow I came and sat. So I'll tell whatever I wanted to say. And I'll just spend a little time with all the Adinavasis and inner awakening participants. It is like this high energy zone can be used very beautifully for initiation, Shaktipada. See, in this high energy zone, if any mantras are uttered, it will penetrate you like a needle and get into your system and get into your biomemory and bioenergy and become reality. Because now my prana is very powerful. Please understand. Power of your prana is power of your health, power of your life. Few days before I was telling, in 11 dimensions of the universe, the forms I use is different, the names I use is different, the language I use is different, but the breathing I do is same. The inhaling, the air inhaled now goes up to Kailasa, Bhur, Bhuva, Suva, Tapa, Satya, crossing all the lokas, goes up to Kailasa and takes a turn and comes back. When it is very powerful, the mantras released through this breathing gets into your system so deeply, awakens your system so powerfully. It is like the moment the sacred syllables are given, immediately it becomes part of your cognition. So now the breath is so intense, the prana is so intense. Let's not waste this moment. Let's use it for beautiful initiation. Please sit straight and close your eyes. If you have eye band, tie the eye band. Otherwise, it's okay. You can just sit straight, close your eyes. I'm going to use some of the mantras of Ashtakanma, means the 8 powers. So it will immediately start manifesting in you. The Ashtakanma initiation based on Bhuvana Vidya. There's a Vidya called Bhuvaneshwari Vidya, Bhuvana Vidya, by a great, from a great Sri Vidya Sampradaya, Sri Vidya tradition. So I'm going to initiate you into those sacred syllables. With this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhadvaita Saivam, Sadashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained the power and importance of maintaining integrity with the morning spiritual routine. In all the Veda Agamic traditions, only three things are universal and recognized as sacred: Om, the cow, and practicing the morning spiritual routine. Not only tunes the body to radiate superconsciousness, it is also the fuel to reach the abode of Sadashiva himself.
नित्यानन्देश्वर सदाशिव समारम्भा नित्यानन्देश्वरि आदिशक्तिमध्यमा अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Tanedar Kotari, Sarvangyapeta Yajamans, everyone sitting with us all over the world through Nithyananda TV, two-way video conferencing, having Naina Diksha. Cities sitting with us, long list. So I welcome all of you for this living Shuddhadvaita process, living Sadashivoham process. Today I'll explain alchemical transformation need to happen in our system. Listen. Due to your food, entertained depressive thought currents, cherished incompletions, the first damage you do to you, disturbing the biological clock. Cat, dog, cows and calves in our Goshala, chicken and hen in our Gurukul, birds, everything. See, the moment sun is going to rise, Brahma Muhurta, all of them are up, alive, jumping, running around. Only human beings. Our biological clock is beaten left and right. Instead of going towards the superconscious breakthrough, it is falling down lower than the animal structure. Understand what kind of a biochemistry you enjoy while you are in the body. You will create, manifest the same kind of a biochemistry for the next Janma. If sleeping is your greatest pleasure, be very clear, next Janma you will only be buffalo. Balasans, few of them. This all-time great sleepers.
If you don't transform, get ready to live as buffalo. Because if you are enjoying that, you will only plan for that kind of a body. You'll say, oh, human body is too much responsibility. Morning they are putting me in Gurukul and waking me up, and I have to go for yoga and satsang and puja. And human body is not at all for me. Best is buffalo in a remote forest where I don't need to get up. I may have to get up only for eating. Once I eat, again I can be back to up. What kind of a biochemistry you enjoy means what kind of a chemical combination you cherish in your biology is very important. If all the time you are enjoying only this acidity, eating without hunger or without the need for energy, just acidity. When you cherish incompletions about depression, when you cherish incompletions about various incomplete thought currents like a guilt, violence, the kind of agitation generated in your system, you get a false signal to your brain that it is hunger. Understand? If you just become integrated to your signals and thought current, you will not be obese. Because you will stop getting the false signals that you are hungry. Lot of time, the false signals you are hungry because you are depressed. Because of your depression.
Here we have glimpses of Nithyananda Sangha through the Nithyananda times on this day. And in the year 2019, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanded on the cosmic principle, Goshala, as per Vedagamic principles. During the everyday life public talk, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanded on the life of Sri Krishna, who lived with Gopala, an absolute relaxed leisure lifestyle. Sri Krishna enjoyed the life with the cows and experienced enlightenment. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared that cows are the abode of the goddess of wealth, untouched by sins, and are supreme. Donation of cows is superior to all others. Cows are supreme and sacred. He also announced that 1,000-acre land was donated for Nandi Sarvangapeetham and to expect soon the grand inauguration of the world's largest Goshala as per Vedagamic principles, the Grand Nandi Sarvangapeetham. In the year 2020, on this day, Kailasa Department for Information Broadcasting, in collaboration with Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for Peacekeeping, aimed at eradicating violence and promoting peace, telecasted the Nithyananda Satsang on your biology things, not just your neurology, revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. With this, we come to the last segment of today's program, which is the Paramashivoham Level 3 second season, which is happening for the second time this year after a 3-year gap. This program is one of the most awaited programs with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and is taking place between July 13th and August 3rd. The Paramashivoham program is an immersive 21-day awakening event to teach you the science of manifesting the ultimate consciousness in you. This Paramashivoham manifests the deep experience of 25 states of consciousness, vertical time zones, and power manifestation. Join us for this grand event by registering at kailasa.org/Paramashivoham. And so now with this takes us to the final segment of today's segment, which is leading you all into the meditation to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for the Nithyananda Satsang. We request all our viewers to please sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your Ananda Kanda. Visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism residing in your Ananda Kanda as Paramashiva with the 25 heads and 10 hands. Now, start chanting the Mahavakya mantra, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and allow the mantra to reverberate throughout your entire being. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.